to you today about self-discovery and its effect on workplace culture. When I'm talking about self-discovery, I don't mean in the spiritual sense of discovering oneself, but discovering things for oneself. For example, knowledge or information. We tend to place a higher value on knowledge that we have discovered for ourselves than if it's merely fed to us, which is why many trainers and educators structure their courses so that the students discover the information for themselves. We tend to like books a little bit more if we've discovered it for ourselves. You've gone to an obscure bookstore or you're rummaging around on the internet and you've found a book that nobody's ever heard of. It's somehow more satisfying than one that you've simply plucked off the Times bestseller list. Now, when it comes to work, I've seen some lovely examples of self-discovery at work where teams and groups are allowed to discover for themselves how they're going to do the work. The manager sets the outcome that's needed, and the team are more or less licensed to discover for themselves how they're going to do that work, and in some cases what work they're actually going to do. Naturally enough, this doesn't apply to all situations. Sometimes we have to have a very precise process to follow. If you're manufacturing chemicals or COVID vaccines, it's got to be done exactly as specified. But there are times when, even though we're using a precise process, such as manufacturing a motor car, Toyota, for example, encourage their workers to think about the process they're using, and if they can think of a better way of doing it, then they're encouraged to approach their manager and discuss it and talk about improving their own process. I was pleased to read in the US Marines warfighting book how the platoon commander would be given the desired outcome of his or her actions, and then it was left alone more or less to discover for themselves how they were going to bring about that outcome. If you don't have self-discovery in your work, it means you're being micromanaged. It means you're being told exactly what you have to do every step of the way. It means that your manager doesn't trust you to do the right thing. And this is a very negative impact on culture because you're treated as a vassal, as a robot, to simply carry out instructions and do nothing more. So think about your own workplace. Think about, are you micromanaged, or are you given a license to discover for yourself how you're going to do the work? And if it's not the latter, think about places where you might bring about more self-discovery and so improve your workplace culture. I guarantee that it will. Thank you.